Hi everyone, my name is Peter Thompson. I'm a middle school band director, and this is the Amplified Warmups YouTube channel. No matter what time of year it is, band directing can be a very hectic thing. And so I wanted to share a few things that I've picked up over the years, just a few ideas to help possibly make things a little bit less hectic for you and to help you just feel a little bit more on top of whatever's happening right now. So to jump right into it, I'm going to give you 4 ideas, and then with each one, there's going to be a step to go along with it, something to help you quickly implement the idea. So the first thing that we can do is to just find ways to be more efficient at what we do. And we know that we can let technology be our friend. We all know that computers are really good for doing a lot of tasks for us. The difficulty is that we don't always know what computers are capable of and how to use them in that way. So I have a really simple idea for you, and that is to find someone in your building, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a band director. Find someone who's good at computers and just ask them to show you their best time-saving tip on the computer. As they do that, just start a screen capture recording so that you can go back through and watch it as many times as you need to help implement that new technique. But just find somebody to show you what their best tip is, and then little by little you can get more efficient using technology as your friend. The next thing we can do to feel a little bit more on top of things is to have a really good task management system. So your to-do list. And most of what I use comes from the book Getting Things Done by David Allen, which a lot of people use. I think the trick there is to find ways where you can utilize the principles that make sense to you. And so for me, that system mostly boils down to a few basic principles, like if it's in your mind, it's on your mind. So get things out of your mind and onto your list. And same thing with your email inbox. Anything that is kind of like building up, don't use that as a secondary to-do list. Get it cleared out and into your main list. When you put things in your main to-do list, it forces you to make a couple of decisions. One of those is what actually needs to be done. And that's half the battle sometimes, is just clearly defining the task. And sometimes there's more than one thing that needs to be done, in which case you have a project. So try to not dump big projects into your to-do list. Like think through what are the individual tasks. The other thing that you have to decide for tasks in your list is when are you going to do them. So have a list that you can resort and reorganize based on the priority of each task. So the step to go along with this idea is just update your to-do list. Clear out your email inbox, get everything in one place where you can see what needs to be done. And there are any number of ways to do it. I really like spreadsheets, and so I've been using a spreadsheet as my to-do list for the last few years, and it works really well for me. If you want to try out what I use, there's a link in the description of this video. You can just click on that. It opens a Google spreadsheet, and you can make a copy and get started on that. And it automatically color codes based on your level of priority, and you can sort it really easily like any spreadsheet, and so it's really handy. You can check that out. Also, everything that I talk about in this video that I'm encouraging you to do, it's already preloaded in that sample sheet, so you can check that out in the description. The next thing you can do to make life a little bit less hectic as a band director is consider your rehearsal warm-up. Because a good rehearsal warm-up is not only going to give your band good exercises to play and make them better musicians, it's going to help set the tone for a consistent rehearsal. And this is going to sound like the ad portion of the video, but I really like my warm-up system, and it's helped me so much over the years and helped make things less hectic. It has great exercises like any other warm-up system out there, but the advantage here is that everything is automated. So there's an audio track or a video that goes along with a warm-up. All you have to do is press play. It leads the students through a 1-minute countdown, leads them through all the lines of their warm-up, and just with that, the first 5 minutes of the rehearsal are taken care of. And students come into rehearsal all sorts of different ways, and sometimes circumstances change. There might be a different schedule, maybe you're in a different space, maybe there's just something kind of funny in the air. There are a lot of times where I go into rehearsal and I don't feel settled, and so I need a moment just to catch my breath, and that's where the warm-up just allows us to settle into a nice consistent space and get focused and recentered on what we need to do at that time. So the step to take with this idea is go to amplifiedwarmups.com/sample and then put in your email address, and you can download a free sample warm-up and just print off the parts, hand them out to your band, press play on the audio track. Don't explain it, just see if it works for them. Then if it works in your space with your band, then you can check out the levels that are specifically tailored for your group's age. There's a level system for every first year, second year, third year, fourth year of band, and with each one there are multiple warm-ups to give your band the right level of challenge throughout the year. So check that out at amplifiedwarmups.com/sample. My fourth and final idea is just to build a little bit into your long-term systems all the time. It's really easy to get stuck in survival mode as a band director and just trying to keep up with what you need to get done that day. But if you could just think ahead to what are the things I'm going to be doing a year from now, I'm going to have to do this same thing again. And so just prepare for that next year and set up the things that you're going to need to make it a little bit easier the next time around. So here's the step that goes along with this idea. Think back to the last major event that you did with your band. Maybe it was a concert or a contest, maybe it was a fundraiser or beginner instrument tryout. Right now it's mid-September, so we just finished a bunch of our beginning of the year tasks. Whatever that was, go through and just make a list of everything that went into that event. Make note of the email communications, all the reminders. Think about what did you need to plan a month out, a week out, the day before, the day of, the day after. Make a list of all those things, file it away, but then make a reminder in your calendar for next year a little bit before you need to start planning that event. And then when that reminder comes up, you'll have your list of everything that you need to keep track of. You'll probably go through and tweak a few things, but you'll have most of what you need already planned out and in front of you. And just like I said, a little bit of planning now will make next time around so much easier and make that so much less hectic and help you feel more on top of things. And finally, I just want to say, in terms of like your mental health and feeling okay about yourself, pay attention to your mood. They tell endurance athletes all the time, if you find yourself irritable, that's probably a sign that you're kind of on the edge of burnout. So we need you to stick around as a band director. So just pay attention to if you're starting to feel a little bit moody or irritable. I was that way very much at the end of last week. And so I had to reflect on what did I do that got me to that point. I had to make adjustments. I had to make apology to a couple of my students, but just make those changes to help you stay fresh and be in it for the long term. So I hope some of these ideas were helpful for you, and let me know if you have any questions. I'm here to help if there's anything that I can do. You can leave a comment in this video, or you can also email me, peter@amplifiedwarmups.com. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.